Hi everybody, welcome to SimplyScuba. In today's video we're going to be taking a closer look at the Voited Poncho. So this is basically a poncho to throw on yourself in between dives to stay nice and warm, protect you from the elements, but also something that you can get changed in. It was designed by surfers, so getting out of their wetsuits and changing in public basically without the need of a sort of separate restroom. And it's a very practical way of covering yourself up between dives. Even if you're not changing out of your wetsuit, still adding that extra insulation just to keep you nice and warm, protect you from the elements, but also give you a little bit of privacy underneath if you do need to get changed in public. Let's take a closer look. So this is how it arrives. Packs down really nice and compact, and this is, you can kind of squish it down as well. There's still air on the inside, but it has a separate little sort of pouchy pockets. We do have some sort of labels on it. Global recycling standards, how it's sort of eco-friendly. Reprieve, so recycled plastic bottles goes into the material of it. Teflon as well, that's helping with the waterproofness, and just some information about it and the company. Opening this up, and this is sort of the pouch of the whole poncho. So turning it inside out, and it opens up, and we can see we have the poncho itself. So yeah, let's take a closer look at the features all over it, and yeah, take a closer look at the poncho itself. Starting up with the hood. So the hood has quite a nice sort of narrow opening. When it's on, it kind of goes in front of your face a little bit. You feel a bit like Kenny from South Park, and it just sort of isolates your head. So if it's a windy, blustery day, rain is going sideways, then it is kind of protecting your face and keeping you sort of nice and insulated. A little bit of a peak, it's all soft all around it, but you have this elasticated bungee that goes around, so you can pull those toggles in and really sort of narrow it. On the inside, we have this, it's like a microfiber fleece, like microfiber towels. So that's that very thin towel that, again, it just absorbs moisture, but it's very low bulk, and does add a little bit of insulation as well. Two brass poppers underneath that, so if you don't like anything too close kind of around your chin, around your face, you can open it up and make it a bit freer. Little sort of hook tab to hang it up, and then you see this microfiber fleece continues throughout pretty much the entire body. The only thing that doesn't have it is like the two little sleeves, but then nothing overly different throughout the rest of the body. It's all this kind of quilted ripstop material. Quite thin, but actually when you just leave it to itself, it kind of inflates itself and creates that insulation, so it's cutting the wind out. So as soon as you get out, you can throw this on over your wetsuit, just to protect yourself. Get changed, because I've been there where you're wearing a wetsuit, the wind's cutting through, you don't want to take your wetsuit off because the wind will just get you cold, but wearing one of these would be much more comfortable. And as soon as you take that wetsuit off, that microfiber toweling on the inside is actually drying you off. So even though you're just getting your wetsuit off, you're drying yourself at the same time. The sleeves are pretty short and compact, nothing overly fancy, but they are pretty big. So that means getting in and out of it is quite easy. Even if you are in a chunky sort of 5 or 7 mil wetsuit, you can still get in and out of it just as easy. Big sort of kangaroo pouch pocket on the front, zippered, so zippered from the inside and the outside. That's where it folds in on itself, and that's got plenty of space inside of that. And underneath it, you actually have two pockets. I mean, it's actually one big pocket. They join in the middle, but throughout the entire front of the poncho, this whole section is basically two big pockets, one zippered on the outside and then the hand warmers on the inside. Again, these has that microfiber toweling on one side, so it's helping to dry your hands. You've got quite high sides to it, so if you put your keys or your wallet or something on the inside, it's going to take some for them to get up and then out, so they're fairly safe on the inside, but if you do want it really safe, you just use that zippered closure. Down at the bottom, the back is actually a little bit longer than the front. So if you're sitting down, covers your bum just a little bit more, just to sort of keep you from sitting down on anything too wet. On the back of the poncho itself, just mirrors the front, nothing overly fancy on the back. You just get to see more of this nice sort of quilted material. It's all sewn in position so it doesn't sort of degrade over time. You keep that insulation exactly where you need it to. And that's the Voited Poncho. Yeah, you're seeing more and more of these, especially at sort of dive sites and on dive boats, because they don't take up too much space in your kit bag. You can just throw it on and it just adds that extra layer just to keep your surface interval nice and comfortable, especially when you're cold water diving, because when you're on your surface interval, you actually need to stay nice and warm. That aids with your decompression. So we're seeing a lot more of these ponchos becoming a bit more popular. And this one is nice. It's nice, thin, feels a lot like a kind of a sleeping bag, but it's big, bellowy, so you have plenty of space. You're not going to get like restricted or any way. So as soon as you get out of the water, take your BCD off, throw this on. It's just going to add that extra insulation. You can still break your kit down. You still have plenty of flexibility, but yeah, keeps you nice and warm, and then you can get changed there and then. You don't have to walk around in your kind of cold and wet wetsuit. There'll be more information on our website, SimplyScuba.com, because this has all sorts of eco-friendly fabrics and designs put into it that are definitely worth checking out. There'll be a link down in the description below so you can take a look and buy it from us at SimplyScuba.com. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.